Well, hello, everyone. This is Mark Levesque. I'm with For His Glory Ministries, and we're starting a new series today on really how to see disciple-making movements launch through something we call Training for Trainers, T4T. And we've actually seen transitions and improvements in cities and potentially nations by what we do with this Training for Trainers disciple-making model. It's no accident that you're here today. You were led by probably God, the Creator, to listen to what we're talking about, because I've been in many meetings where people are talking about how can we transform our city, how can we make a difference, and we've actually been shown by God what to actually do to make a difference in a city. And so we're going to talk about this program that we do that actually transforms cities and communities for Christ. And so we call it T4T. It's Training for Trainers, and it started in Africa. And we've adopted it, and we're doing it heavily in Africa. I just returned from Nigeria not very long ago, where I trained over 1,000 church leaders and pastors in this model. We've been working this model in Tanzania, in other places like Mozambique, and recently in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And in Congo, we've seen some tremendous results. Tanzania as well, and actually we were seeing results already in Nigeria. And so in the DR Congo, there was a city called Goma. It's a city of 2 million people. There's about 1 million refugees there. It's a very difficult city. But we've actually seen real transformation in that city by using these principles, the principles of T4T, Training for Trainers, that we're going to be sharing with you in this series. In the city of Goma, that's where the commanding general over the whole eastern region of Congo is located. A very dangerous place. There's been about 6 million people that have died there because of the violence. Anyway, the general's name is General Mwanza. He's since moved to the capital city in the DR Congo. But earlier in the year, he called in our team who are actually managing T4T in Goma, DR Congo. He asked our team to come and visit him at his base in the city of Goma, his office there. And so they went in to see General Mwanza. General Mwanza comes in and he says to Pastor Guba, who is the leader of our team there, "Who is this Jesus of T4T?" And they were surprised that he said that. And he says, they didn't answer him. So he says again, "Who's this Jesus of T4T?" And he knew that they didn't know why he was asking them that. And so he said, "Well, the reason I'm asking you this is that we have a very difficult section of this city where prostitution is off the charts. Crime is rampant. Violence is rampant there. Drugs are rampant there. But we started to stop receiving reports of the violence and of the crime, and I went to investigate. And I found out that the reason why all these things, the prostitution, the crime, the violence was dropping, was because of the influence of T4T, Training for Trainers, and their disciples and disciple-making groups that were in that part of the city." And so he wanted to know what is happening there, and they're sharing Jesus with people. And as people receive Jesus and become discipled, they start to change, and the crime is starting to disappear. And so then he turned to them and said again, "Who is this Jesus of T4T?" Well, Sister Adele, who's there with Pastor Guba, she said, "Well, it's the same Jesus that's in the churches." Well, General Mwanza said, "Well, there's been churches here for ages, and they haven't made a difference. I grew up in the church and I left it because it wasn't making a difference in my life or the lives of others." And so he said, "Well, what is the difference with the Jesus and T4T?" Well, Sister Adele said, "Well, it's the same Jesus. Through T4T, we're taught to go outside the churches and go out into the community and share Jesus with the people, and then bring them into disciple-making groups and disciple them." And so that's what's been changing the city, is actually Jesus coming with us out into the city itself, out into the community, where the problems are, where the people are, where people need Jesus. And it's actually making a difference. And so they found that when you have enough T4T groups, enough people that have Jesus now in their heart that they've been exposed through Training for Trainers T4T, their behavior changes. And so the general said, "Well, I need Jesus." And he dropped to his knees, and right in his office, he received Jesus. And then his warrant officer, who was in the next office, came in, and he received Jesus. And so the general said, "I'm going to appoint 7 ladies, 7 soldiers' wives, to share T4T on the military base." And since then, in just a matter of days, these 7 ladies led over 200 people to Jesus. That's how you change your city. One heart at a time through T4T. That model is working in Goma, and it can work in your city. This is Mark Levesque from Forest Glory Ministries. Thank you.